Welcome to Winning Wall Street's Money. Please take this moment now with helping me. Click here, subscribe. Next, click this bell. Next, ensure to click all. This helps you receive a notification when I posted my next videos. Next, click this thumbs up button after every time you watch my video. This pushes it up in the engagement ratings and means it will be suggested to more people, therefore is likely to get more views to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate that. I also have a Patreon page. Click show more. Scroll down. This link here, my Patreon. Click on it. Select the membership. With this membership, you'll get access to all this information. Very good content. Saturday, June 26, 08:18 a.m. New York time. The stock market, the United States stock markets. The indexes versus the stocks in them. We're looking at a chart that the current candle represents this whole past week that traded. The S&P 500, it hit an all-time high. The NASDAQ 100 hit an all-time high. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is below its all-time high. The Russell 2000 is below its all-time high. The Dow Transports is below its all-time high. The Dow Utilities is below its all-time high. So the takeaway is, majority of these indexes have not hit all-time highs, have been below its all-time highs for a good amount of time, the past weeks. The most widely reported by many media outlets to the public by choice is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. That's misleading by choice, by the people that choose to listen to that media station and choose to report that information to the viewers. The broad market is the S&P 500 cash index. This 500 stock index comprises of the NASDAQ 100, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the Dow Transports, the Dow Utilities, and also the S&P 100 index, where the Russell's by itself. You got it? So a bunch of stocks that are in this, the NASDAQ 100, are also in the Dow. Plus, because the Dow is inside the S&P 500, it has a different weighted average. Let's go on to the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Looking at this index, we'll compare with the 30 companies listed in it. The 30 companies in the Dow Jones Industrial Average are the largest U.S. publicly traded companies on the stock market. So here we are looking at 3 years. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, already identified, we're not at the all-time high, which is here. Last year, the stock index gapped up. See this blue horizontal line? Picture that as water, ice. We have a gap there. Prices never occurred there. It just opened up, went above. And it's been making these consolidations, breakout, consolidation, breakout, consolidation to the upside, like a staircase pattern going through a pyramid. Got it. So now we're trading in a consolidation, these two candles building consolidation calls, and staircase pattern lower low. We'll find out next week if we break out to the upside or to the downside. Yep. So this is what happened last year. A lot of whipsaw, a decline, and the up. Yep, a lot of whipsaw. So we are in a trending phase now. That was a trending phase down. Let's compare the 30 stocks inside the index and see how they're performing. First with Apple. Apple also is not at the all-time high. It's down here. And see, similarity last year, decline and trending. So there's a similarity. Next is AMGN. Way off the high of last year, way off the high. Here's the high. I mean, we have the high of this year, and here's the low. So it's also not performing so well. American Express, AXP. Good performance. It's outperforming the stock index. It made a new high for the year. So we take away that yellow line. Outstanding. It's the financial sector. If you want to know more about the sectors, look at my playlist, my YouTube channel. I showed you what leadership has been. We've got Boeing. Yeah, Boeing is not as high this year, nor if it's high from last year or the prior year. It's not performing so well. It's performing worse than the index. Caterpillar, CAT. Huge sell-off. Yeah, it's not performing so well. It's performing worse than the index. Huge sell-off for the prior 2 weeks to now. And then the current week made inside candle, inside decision. CRM. Also not performing well. Way below its highs from last year. Gunning it back up to the high of this year, but still it's not outperforming the index because it's not making an all-time new high yet. First, we already showed you who made all-time highs. Already showed you American Express. Cisco. It's not at its all-time high. That was back there prior years. But it's struggling. It's off the all-time highs, which are up here. Yep. CVX as well. It's not at all-time highs. Way back here. And for this year, look at this big acceleration. So there's the high for the year, but it's an acceleration. It's not trending. That's not a good performer. Disney, the mighty Disney, Mickey Mouse character, made an all-time high earlier this year, and since then went acceleration breakdown. So it's performing worse than the index. In the Dow, chemical, made an all-time high, and since then sold off, just like we saw in the other stock. Yep, it's underperforming the index. That's not good. Goldman Sachs Financial. It's also below its all-time high. That's not a good performer. Home Depot, underperforming. Wow, it's trending down, made a reverse. Way below its all-time high. HON, Honeywell. Yep, also trending down. So you see a lot of them trending down even worse than the index. So majority of them right now are underperforming the index. Very few have made all-time highs in this index. IBM, below its all-time high. And you notice several of them I already showed you have inside candles. The yellow candles are inside the prior high and low of last week, making indecision after big sell-offs. That's a huge sell-off, that big red candle. Huge sell-off. Now inside, be interested to see what the performance is next week. Intel, technology, one of the big underperformance of its own sector. Here's the high for the year for Intel, and here we are there. Yeah, underperforming, struggling. Johnson & Johnson, trending down, momentum's down. That's not a good performer. JP Morgan, huge sell-off also. KO, Coca-Cola. Are you a Coca-Cola fan? Do you consume sodas? What is it? Nothing more than water and sugar and artificial flavoring? Underperforming. McDonald's. Do you consume McDonald's products? What percentage of their foods are not soy, are meat, or not got the other product that's inside there. Yep. Here's the high for the year. It's an acceleration phase. Maybe it's lentils. I forgot what was inside the some hamburger products besides beef. 3M. Yeah, 3M. High prior years was up there and we're below that. Plus this year, we also sold off. So we have a huge decline in many of them we're seeing. MARK, way below its highs from prior years. Again, the money is not leaving the stock market. It's rotating to different sectors. Check my past videos. I show you which sectors are in leadership. There's new growth evolving and institutional money that's managed by other people's money. And some retail investors are rotating into those. So MRK, not performing well. Microsoft, outstanding. All-time new high, outstanding. Overperforming the index. If you watch my past videos, if you're a Patreon member, I gave you great insight. I shared with you earlier. This was a good trade idea for the upside. Outstanding. Nothing wrong taking profits if you haven't already. So very few of them have outperformed the index, but I already showed you which ones have. Nike. Have you ever owned any Nike products in the past or present? Have you bought any recently? Look at that, Nike, all-time new high. Outstanding. Huge trading range. Where do you think people are going to close to start taking profits? Would you be buying up here? Maybe we'll have a follow through come Monday, a few more days, and then maybe have a retracement. PG, Procter & Gamble. Way below the highs of last year's, below the high of this year. It's in a huge consolidation. It's struggling. Travelers. Another financial. Huge sell-off. I shared with you in the past videos on the financials. They had a huge rotation. Institutional money was rotating out of them several weeks ago. To not be buying, but to be on the inverse side. UNH. Underperforming. So this is interesting because it took out this prior high, but it filled to go up higher. So now there's a supply zone here. Sellers have been here, or buyers stepped in here. So again, this will be interesting to see what the next week brings. Is the follow through going to continue to the upside, be bullish, or break down to the bottom side? So potential trade idea right here is if we have a break above the high of here, there's a good strategy of using vertical option spreads down here to earn income in less than 30 days. Visa, another financial. All-time new high, outstanding. So more people making more purchases now in the past few weeks, spending more money. Verizon, underperforming, struggling. Oof, way below its highs. It's in a decline. Whiskey, Bravo, Alpha, also way below its highs from the prior years. Underperforming. That's not good. And Walmart, huge retail. It's struggling, underperforming. So just notice Amazon, huge retail. Walmart, huge retail. Let's look at Target. Target. All-time high. All-time high for Target. So selection of Target versus Walmart. Again, Target is not on the Dow 30, but Walmart is. So institutional money has been rotating. There you go. You know a lot more than many other people since you're watching this and getting better wisdom. Thank you, as always, for spending just a little bit of your time with me. Let me know what you thought about this video, and please let me know what you want to see next. If you got value from this video, if this was helpful, then please consider sharing a small monetary donation to my channel. By going below and clicking on my PayPal link, you can leave a small tip. If you don't want to share financial support, no problem. Just click the like and subscribe.